This is Dawn Fraser from Living Your Best Life at 60, and today I'm going to be making chocolate chip pumpkin bars. We're going to need 2 1/4 cup flour, 12 ounces of chocolate chip, 4 tablespoons of butter, a half a teaspoon each of salt and pumpkin pie spice, 1/3 a cup of vegetable oil, 1 teaspoon of baking soda, an egg, a teaspoon of vanilla, a 15-ounce can of pumpkin, 3/4 cup brown sugar, 1/2 cup of granulated sugar, and cooking spray and parchment paper to line our pan. So let's get started. We're going to preheat our oven to 350 degrees, and we're going to take our cooking spray and spray our pan. And I'm going to do this so the parchment paper stays in place. I cut my parchment paper to fit my pan, and I place it so that I have the edges, or I have the parchment paper hanging over the edges so it's easier to pull it out. I'm going to take this and set it aside. I've melted my 4 tablespoons of butter, and I'm going to pour it in a large mixing bowl. I got a stand mixer for Christmas from my mom and dad. Thank you very much. And so I'm using it, but a hand mixer is just fine. So 4 tablespoons of melted butter, 3/4 cup brown sugar, 1/3 a cup of oil, a half a cup of sugar, granulated sugar, and our 15 ounces of pumpkin. Oops. And try not to spill any on the floor. Okay. Put this down in and put it on low. We're going to mix this until it's completely combined. Smells really good. We're going to add in a teaspoon of vanilla, our egg, half a teaspoon each of our pumpkin spice and our salt, a teaspoon of baking soda, and we're going to mix this on low. Okay, now we're going to pour in our flour. And it's 2 1/4 cup flour. And we're going to mix this on low. Our batter smells delicious, and it looks pretty good too. We're going to fold in our chocolate chips, and we're going to hold back probably like a 1/4 cup. You don't have to measure it, just hold back some for sprinkling on top. I'm going to hold that back, and I'm just going to fold these in. Now you can smell the chocolate and the pumpkin mixed together. It smells incredible. You want to make sure, so if you're looking at this, you can see that part of this has no chocolate chips in it. So I want to mix it and fold it in gently, but I want it to be mixed well. Evenly distributed. Take my pan and I'll pour this in. My pan is a 13 by 9, and it's important to use that size so that it cooks evenly. Okay, I'm going to take my spatula and spread this across. Okay, that looks pretty good. You want to make sure it's even because you don't want parts to cook more quickly than other parts, so you'd end up with burnt edges. Now we're going to take the remainder of our chocolate chips and sprinkle them on top. I'm going to press these in a little bit. And once again, you kind of want to evenly distribute the chocolate chips. That looks and smells yummy. It's time to put our chocolate chip pumpkin bars in the oven. They look incredible, don't they? We're going to bake these for 25 minutes at 350 degrees, and we're going to check them for doneness. If they're not quite done, then you're going to cook them for an additional 5 minutes. I've taken my chocolate chip pumpkin bars out of the oven. They bake for 25 minutes at 350 degrees, and I'm going to test them for doneness. I want this to come out clean. And I get chocolate on there, but that makes sense because it's melted chocolate. But it looks pretty good. I'm going to take this and set it on my cooling rack and let it cool to room temperature. Our chocolate chip pumpkin bars look amazing. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, please like and subscribe. Thank you for cooking with me.